So I just posted the video titled How a Man and a Woman Heal Each Other. So what does this dynamic look like when someone is wounded? Okay, when somebody is wounded, it depends on how they are wounded. In order for any type of healing to take place energetically, one has to be open to healing and or changing. If they are not open to this dynamic doesn't even matter. As a matter of fact, this type of dynamic where the man and the woman are together and they are healing each other might not even take place if one or both of the individuals are unwilling to change, or if they are unwilling to heal. What can happen is if one shows up and that one person is ready, doesn't matter if it's the man or the woman, if one shows up and they're ready, but the other person is not ready, one of two things can happen. The first possibility is that the one that is ready can be wounded by the person that is not ready, causing them to have a backtrack or causing them to be deterred from whatever healing they've already achieved or the path that they're on. It's a possibility. The second possibility is the person that is secure and more healed can recognize that that person is not ready and they are not healed and they're not willing to change, and they will leave the situation. If they don't leave the situation, how universe would have it is that things will conspire and take place that will start to separate them. So things will just go haywire. Things that normally work out for you don't work out for you. It'll start to cause an upheaval in your reality and in your experience. Eventually, the connection will just cease to exist, basically, is what happens when one or both are too unhealed to hold the space for each other. Or they will drive each other nuts until they both cease to exist. But more than likely, if one of them is at least healed, there will be a separation. The one that's healed will realize that there's nothing that they can do or even gain from the experience any longer, and again, the connection will just cease to exist. When both individuals are healed enough to hold space for each other, as I explained in the previous video, how a man and woman heal each other, what happens is they go through this cycling of holding space for each other, holding each other accountable, pointing out things that might need to be changed or need to be healed. One or both take the opportunity to heal as the other one is holding the space to help them stay emotionally regulated and safe. And the one that's holding space is literally just acting as an anchor or a grounding partner as that person is transforming or going through the changes that are necessary in order to raise their frequency and become more healed. But the holding of the space for each other, the cycle just keeps going until both individuals are their most healed self, or until, something happens, one has to depart or transcend this plane, if you know what I mean. Then they will just be going through this cycle until one or the other one transcends. Now, I don't want to give the illusion that when two people are capable of coming together and healing each other, that it's going to be peaches and cream, because that's completely far from the case. You're literally showing up and confronting their inner demons, or holding a mirror to them so they can see the inner conflict that is happening in their energetic sphere or in their aura. This is often uncomfortable and might be even embarrassing at some times. This is why the partner is supposed to be holding space and creating energetic security so that this person can go through those emotions without the extra added feeling of being judged or being shunned or even condemned for whatever it is that they are transforming and healing. And as they are transforming and going through this healing process, now remember, they are self-regulated, they are self-aware. So this means as they are transforming and going through this process, it's not easy for them, but they are not abusing you. They are not putting you under undue stress because of how they're feeling and what is happening to them. They have already come into the situation with the skill sets that are necessary to regulate their own emotions. You are just assisting and holding space so that they can do it. So yes, this means that a bit of healing has already taken place within themselves before they get into the connection. Again, we're just assisting and accelerating the rate at which we are healing. But the love that they are feeling while that person is holding space is what is healing them. They are experiencing in real time the frequency of love. And so the frequency of love expedites the healing process. So while one individual person can heal on their own, it might take them years to do it alone. But with a partner that is able to hold space with them, you can collapse time. Because as you're healing, you're not only creating your own energetic signature of love and complete acceptance of self, but you're receiving an extra dose of love and the energetic frequency of unconditional acceptance, or not necessarily unconditional acceptance, but the frequency of acceptance and love. You're receiving an extra portion from your partner. This is also why therapy works. This is why having a therapist can expedite your healing process, because you have a person who is providing an emotional and a safe, energetic, emotional space for you, holding up a mirror to you, allowing you to see those things inside of you that need attention. Personally, I can attest to this. This is what allows me to personally show up in an open way, an open space for my viewers, because I have a therapist, and I go and I cry and I snot booger and all that with my therapist. And so it allows me to get that out. It allows me to continue to heal, and then I can show up for other people in a way that is going to be advantageous for them. This is why in the first video, because this is the third video, so if you haven't seen the other videos, go check them out. The first one is titled How to Stop Running from Love, and then the second one is titled How a Man and a Woman Heal Each Other. But as I was saying, this is why a man and a woman together is the highest timeline. That's why. But if you're asking what healed looks like on a person, like on an individual person, if that is the question, then I would say that healed looks like as close as you can come to the state of what you were when you were first born, but plus all of the knowledge and wisdom and information and experiences that you've gathered since you've been born. So this means you're open, you're adventurous, you're able to feel your feelings. Just watch children. Look how they are, and you'll know what I mean by the state of what you were when you were first born. That's what heal looks like.